Okay, so the next thing I want to share with you is Microsoft search engine Bing. If you're not familiar with Bing, this one has a lot of tips for you and a lot of treasures for you to find. First of all, if you want to save anything, you want to sign in, and that will bring up this 3-line hamburger menu over here where you can change your settings and your searches. You can do My Bing, which will show you anything you've saved. You can customize your homepage and much more. On the home page every day, there's a homepage quiz that goes along with the image of the day. It pops up kind of whenever you scroll down. See the Q right here, which I'm going to take that quiz in just a second, but let's scroll down a little bit further and take a look at what they have to offer. First, you can see the weather, local news, and other things that are going on around the world. They talk here about the image of the day. And if you scroll down a little further, you can see other recent images. A lot of these are very useful as talking stems in the classroom. And you can see here every day, you can click on it to learn more about it and find those quizzes that go with those images. There's also In This Day in History, which, for example, in 1812, earthquake causes Mississippi River to flow backwards. You can click on these to learn more about them. The day Monopoly debuted. Each of these, every day has 4 different things, and you can see that from different time periods. So lots of stuff there to share with your students too. But let's go up to this quiz and give it a try. So what type of owl are these? I'm going to put great gray, which was correct. That gives you some information as you're going about each of the questions. What are baby owls called? They're called owlets. And the next question, who won last year's Super Bowl? Kansas City. Not this year, but last year. So to get your score, you can go down and first you can learn more about the homepage image right here, or you can take another quiz. If you go to check them out, you're going to see that Bing has lots of quizzes that you could implement into your classroom and into your remote learning about different American locations. They have about Stranger Than Fiction for literature, about holidays, different geography and locations. Some of them are pop culture with celebrity. But they also have, geography, vocabulary, and other things that you could use in your classroom. So going back to Bing, let's move on to the next area. One of my favorites is Bing Images. If you've never seen Bing Images, I highly suggest you check it out. One of my favorite things to do with Bing Images is to teach more about copyright for your students, because they have all these options here: image size, color, type, layout, people, date, but most important, license. So you can have your students do all Creative Commons, free to modify, share, and use commercially, free to share and use, public domain, whatever you want to do. So you want to teach them to use what is permitted. Another thing that's really cool is you can choose the type of image you want. For example, if I want a line drawing so students can fill in the area, I can do that. Then I can click on it, and I can click this Save button right down here. And if I save it, I can keep it in my saves. And so whenever I go to see all, you can see that I have all these different things saved here. And another thing you can do is create collections to save even more information. So you can do this, whatever you want to call it. I'm just going to call it Peep Test so I can show you how easy it is. And then you can add things to that, and anything you hit save while you're in that area will go right to that collection. The final thing I want to quickly show you are Bing Maps. Now, Bing Maps, you can view 3 different ways: road, aerial, or street side. You can get directions, you can see traffic. We have a review about this tool that has lots of classroom use ideas on our resource page. You could use this to show students where a story in the news took place. You could show students the location from a story. In lower grades, you could show students the basics of your community. Or you could have students create their own map routes for historic sites. With math classes, you could have students plan the most economical route to visit several vacation destinations with gas mileage and prices and so on. With history, you could have students create place marker files of different places in the life of a famous person, from the Civil War, World War II, Great Depression, anytime you want. And don't forget, you can share or embed student-created maps. So this is great for whenever you're using remote or hybrid learning. They can just share the link with you. And if you want to get directions, just type in the place, get directions, and type in where you're coming from. What I really love is you can see the food along the way. You can also go out one